Hello everyone. Okay, so today we are looking at the circle. More specifically, we are going to be looking at the equation of a circle when the center of a circle lies on the point 0, 0 and it has a radius r. So we are now mixing in coordinate geometry and the circle together. So if you recall, in like the previous chapter, we were doing the line and the equation of a line. And what the equation of a line allowed us to do was to generate all the points on a line. Right? So we were able to, from that equation, draw a line. That is essentially what we're doing here, but if instead of a line, it is a circle. Yes. So let's have a little looky here. So here is a sketch of a circle. Shocker, I know. This is a circle, right? So as we see here, this circle is sketched on a Cartesian plane or a coordinated plane. The center of the circle is at point 0, 0 and it has a radius r. Now, before I go over the equation of a circle, let's see how we derive it first. So the equation of the circle with a center 0, 0 and a radius is given by x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, right? So this is how we can derive it. So imagine we have a point on the circle. We just choose this point here and we're going to call it P, right? So this point P has a point, a coordinate xy, right? We don't know what it is, xy. But what we do know about a circle is, right, at any point on a circle, yeah, maybe we should do it in different colors. Any point on a circle, we are going to have the same radius. That was woeful, but you get the point. We have the same radius. So, using this fact, I see now, I have 2 points. I have my center point, 0, 0, and I have this unknown point we're going to call x1, y1. Oh, sorry, x and y. So I'm going to use my distance formula, ladies and gentlemen. So if you recall, our distance formula is given, so d is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, where x1, y1 and x2, y2 are 2 points. So my first point here is going to be my circle, my center, so x1, y1, and I have this xy point, so I'm going to call that x2, y2. And I know the distance between these 2 points is my radius, yeah? So I'm picking a point on the circumference of a circle. So let's fill in our formula. So d, our distance, is going to be equal to r, the radius, right? Square root x2 minus x1. Well, x2 is just x, minus x1, which is just 0, all to be squared. Plus y2 minus y1, so it would be y minus 0, all to be squared. Simplify our right-hand side here, so I have r is equal to, well, x minus 0 is just x, so I have x squared plus y squared. And then what I do is I want to get rid of that nasty square root, so I'm going to square both sides. So I square both sides, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, dong. Right, square both sides. I cancel out the square root because they're inverse operations, and I have r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared, which is the equation above. Now, this equation is not on your log table. It's not in your formula and table book, unfortunately, but you do get an equation of a circle that I'll talk about in probably 2 videos time, and you can use that equation of a circle to generate this equation of a circle. So you do have an equation of a circle in your formula and table book. So that's enough blabbering. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. Meat and potatoes. Ugh. Anyway, so find the equation of a circle with a center 0, 0 and a radius 3 and a radius 1 1/4, right? So a center 0, 0. So I know I can use my formula x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. So I, in this case, just need my radius. So for part 1, so my radius is equal to 3. So my equation of a circle for this line, my equation for this circle is going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to 3 squared. So it'll be x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. Yes, it's 9, right? So my equation for this circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. Then the second one here, so again, my center is 0, 0, so I can do x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. R squared in this case is just 1 1/4, or we can write 1 1/4 as 5 over 4 squared. And I'm going to have x squared plus y squared is equal to 25 over 16. So if you cannot do that in your head, use your calculator. Why would you use your calculator? God created a calculator for a reason. Use it. You know what I mean? Right, so that's how we can create an equation of a circle from the center being 0, 0 and our radius. So that first point, tick, right? Next one here. Find the equation of a circle with a center 0, 0. So that's our key point here. And which contains the point 4 minus 1. So it's always helpful when we're dealing with circles, right? I always, for me, I love doing a little sketch. Yes? Now, unfortunately, in your exam, you cannot draw a perfect circle like me, but you know, an imperfect one will do as well. So I have a little circle here. It's on my little coordinated plane. Right, so I have my center point here, which is 0, 0. And then I have a point 4 minus 1. So I think it's going to be around here. Yeah, let's just say it's around here. So that's my point 4 minus 1. So again, knowing our knowledge of circles, I know the distance between this point and this point is going to be equal to the radius of my circle. So if you see here, for my equation of a circle, all I need to complete my equation of a circle is my radius. So if I find my radius, bada boom, bada bing, we're done. You know what I mean? So we can do this 2 ways, right? So the first way is we use our distance formula. So distance equals square root x2 minus x1 all to be squared plus y2 minus y1 all to be squared. So the distance is equal to, so I'm going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's going to be 4 minus 0 squared plus minus 1 minus 0 squared. The distance is going to be equal to 4 squared plus minus 1 squared. The distance is equal to 16 plus 1. Distance is equal to square root 17. So the distance equals square root 17, but the distance is my radius. So my radius is square root 17. And then I can now use my formula up here above my head. So x squared plus y squared equals or squared, or in this case is square root 17. So square root 17 squared. X squared plus y squared equals, remember, if I'm squaring something in a square root, I get rid of the square root and keep what's inside. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 17. And that is the equation of that circle. Now, another way I could do it is I actually do have one, yeah? So, or we can use my equation of a circle, yeah? So I have the point 4 minus 1. I know x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So if this is my x value and this is my y value, if I sub them into my formula, I should get my radius squared. So again, 4 squared plus minus 1 squared equals radius squared. 16 plus 1 equals radius squared. 17 equals radius squared. Square root 17 is equal my radius. Yeah, and then again, I sub it in to this formula up here and I get the same answer. Right, so there's 2 ways you can do it. So that is how we find the equation of a circle with my center point 0, 0 and a point on the circle. Now, finally, you're going to be asked to find the radius of a circle, right? Find the radius from the equation of a circle. So we're going to look up here. I have x squared plus y squared is equal 8. So I know x squared plus y squared equals my radius squared. So I'm going to equate my equations here. So I have r squared is equal to 8. So my radius squared is equal to 8. Square root both sides. I have or is equal to square root of 8. And then if you want to put that in your calculator, you get 2 root 2. So my radius is equal to 2 root 2, or the square root of 8. Now, that's all well and good. The second one here is where people will run into issues, right? So I have 9x squared plus 9y squared equals 16. Now, my equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Let's pause for a minute. Minute's done. What is different, ladies and gentlemen? It is, I have a 9 in front of my x squared, and I have a 9 in front of my y squared. But I needed to get x squared plus y squared on its own on the left-hand side. So how do I do that? I know you're screaming at your phones right now. I need to divide both sides by 9. So I need to divide every term by 9 to get rid of them. Yeah? So when I do that, so I have 9x squared divided by 9 plus 9y squared divided by 9 equals 16 divided by 9, or all over 9. So the 9's cancel, 9's cancel. Now I have x squared plus y squared is equal to 16 over 9. Now I write my equation underneath it. Equate my radius is here. So I have r squared is equal to 16 over 9. Square root both sides to get the r on its own, because remember the opposite of square root of squaring a number is finding the square root. And I have r is equal to square root 16 over 9. And if you put that in your calculator, you'll get 4 over 3. So my radius in this case is 4 over 3. So that is how we can find the radius from an equation of a circle. And that is all the questions you could possibly be asked just about the basic equation of a circle. X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. I hope this video was some help to you, and I'll catch you later. Bye.